All right, it's super smoky. I'm on the backside of Shepard's Mesa. All the roads are closed, and I know a little a mountain route to get here. It took a little bit of time. Yeah, they have there's police cars at every intersection, so I know a little road that goes up and around, and so I'm over looking across the valley at Shepard's Mesa across. And what you're looking at right now is Rincon Mountain over there. So there's a couple flames. It's really hard to see. I even have a zoom lens on. But there are flames moving across the bottom and north-facing side of Rincon Mountain. And it looks like there's some little starter fires too. It's really hard to tell with this. I'm looking at my phone and it's just hard to see what I'm looking at, but I'm trying to describe it the best I can. So right here in the middle is a good little line going up the hill. I would say it's about a mile away from Shepard's Mesa. If you're at Carp, looking at Shepard's Mesa, it's behind it and off to the right a little bit. And then you have a glowing, a little glowing spot, and there's a little ridge right there, and it's making its way towards, almost looks like wrapping around the side of Rincon Mountain at Bates. And then there's all this stuff going over here, and I think this is what a lot of people saw today from the 150. This is more of the northwest facing side of Rincon Mountain, and so if you drive along the 150 onto Goob, you would see that spot right there, and that one's actually burning pretty good. There's a bunch of little starter fires all scattered around that. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 is that big spot in the middle. And it is really going up right now. You can see some big flames coming out of there. That looks like a orchard, avocado orchard on the side of the hill, and it's going. I don't see any trucks, any lights over there flashing. So I think it's just kind of burning along some difficult terrain. But I know I want to talk about that meeting. I went, real quick, if you're just joining, we're looking across, I don't know, I want to call it the valley here, over the 150. And we're looking across the 150 to Rincon Mountain Road. And if you just go to your right over this direction, that is towards Bates. And directly below this spot over here and this spot here are the 150. In your lower left corner, that's actually a house. You're looking at the fire above that. There's some glowing spots, but this spot's actually really going off. And I want to talk about that meeting really quick. I was there. I was planning on broadcasting it, but then I realized I didn't have good audio hookup, and I figured KEYT would have done a better job broadcasting that anyways. So I passed that information along. And I was there, and I just kind of saw some people and kind of got some bad vibes. So I left, and I went over to my buddy's house who's on the hotshot crew, and he was giving me the rundown of what they do. He's on the crew in Utah, and what they do out there, and it's a lot different, I'll tell you that. Anyways, I'm gonna reserve those comments and keep those to myself. Oh, look at that. You could see there's a truck or a light going up there. I do not see any flashing lights. It's turning around and going back down. It's hard to see. Just above this bottom, these lights down in the bottom left, there's a moving white light. My phone's trying to get focused on it. But, well, they're going over to the other side. They're going up the other side. So probably a fire truck. Hopefully it's a fire truck. Don't want to be stuck up there right now driving. But I'll talk about that meeting really quick. I know a lot of people were frustrated with it and felt like it was really unproductive. I got really bad vibes when I was there. I saw just I don't know, I just didn't think it was going to be very productive. So I left and went to my buddy's house and watched it there, and we just talked about it. I think the map that they were showing is was a little outdated. It is starting to wrap around a little bit. And yes, it is not in Carpinteria yet, but that is kind of misleading in a couple ways, because if you know where the Carpinteria border, the Santa Barbara County, Ventura County border is, and where Carpinteria starts, trying to understand where the fire is a little difficult. And when people are saying it's not in Carpinteria, but it's right up to the border. So the border is actually Rincon Creek. And if you've ever driven on the 150 and you drive over that bridge going to Ojai, it says Ventura County line. That is Rincon Creek, and that border goes all the way through the 150 up towards Bates. That's the road that you go on. But right as you go over that bridge, you cross the border from Ventura County to Santa Barbara County, and that is considered Carpinteria. So it's kind of tough to understand where the fire is when people say it's not in Carpinteria. If you live on Rincon Mountain, you pretty much say that you're from Carpinteria. You never say you're from Ventura. And so I just want to let you guys know that that is a little information that you need to know. The border is the creek, Rincon Creek. So it's on the other side of the Rincon Creek. It does look like it's making its way over that way. There does look to be some faint lights in the way distance over there, but it's hard to tell. When I was looking over here on the way up, it looked a lot different earlier. There was some more fires to the left, and I couldn't see anything driving up until I got up here and looked across. So that's what's going on with the fire. I would say it's about a mile away from the Mesa across the ravine. So Shepard's Mesa across the ravine, and it's burning a good little chunk of orchard right here. I don't think you have a whole lot to be concerned about right now. There's no wind up here. It's pretty mellow, and there's just a bunch of little fires that are burning. It's just moving really slow, and it's kind of been doing that. I did that all last night. We'll see what it's like tomorrow morning. But those of you that are in Carp that are wondering what is going on, especially after that meeting, this is my best perspective of what is going on, that it's about a mile away from Shepard's Mesa on the other side, so the Ventura side of the 150 on Rincon Mountain, the northwestern face of Rincon Mountain, burning around towards Bates. So that's what's going on with that. And it's really weird. You just see a bunch of flames light up, and then it kind of just mellows out, and then it catches some fuel and burns up, and then kind of just mellows out, and it looks like it's just a bunch of little starter flames everywhere. So I think that's about it for now. I'll just leave it here, and that's going to be the end of this video.